Hi, hello everyone, welcome back. So let's discuss something of related to margin today. So so uh, since I am using a lot of capital right now and I need to be risk friendly and I need to know what my risk is. So I was I was kind of afraid to know what my risk is, what risk I am taking, and I'm always on it is always on top of my head that what kind of risk am I in any kind of strategy, whatever strategy that I'm following. So first of all, see, when I take a trade, like let's see an iron fly. So currently the market is at 19960. So we'll see an iron fly, uh, 20,000 CE monthly straddle. We are going to do 10,000, not 10,000. Let's do, okay. Let's do one freeze limit quantity, that is 1800. We are going to say sell. We are going to say sell. So as you can see, okay, wait. As you can see, I'm able to accomplish this position by just selling straddle. No hedges have been bought yet. So by selling this straddle, I'm able to do this with a margin of 53.50 lakhs. So 53.5 lakh, I'm able to sell one freeze limit quantity. So my broker is allowing me to sell it at 53.5. Now if I add the hedges, hedges will be bought at, I think, below 250. Okay, 750 PE. I will buy the hedge. And 2250, I will buy the next hedge. So as you can see, the margin required has dropped down to 20 lakh rupees. So I was noticing something that two of the videos are going to say currently. The two videos will be of Mr. PR Sundar and Mr. Shreyas Bandi. So let's see what Mr. PR Sundar is trying to say. The video was uploaded on Sunday. So the title is The Big Risks Behind Hedging, and it's not for everybody. I'm going to play the video right now. So
your risk becomes
335.
limited risk. But this is and disadvantages of buying the options for the purpose of hedging. So that's what.
Let's see. He's going to tell us about buying the options in for the purpose of hedging that we do when we sell a strangle or we sell a straddle. So what risks, what kind of risks are involved in buying hedges?
What I'm going to discuss. So first thing is that you buy options for hedging, your risk becomes limited risk. But this is what most of the people think. In fact, even some people even think if I buy hedges for option, I will not lose anything. No, that is.
So everyone buys an option as a hedge and think that I'm not going to lose anything. I'm not going to lose any money. No, your risk has dropped down, but still if market ended below your break even, then you are going to lose money. Let's see what will happen in this kind of hedge. Okay, let's go to strategy builder. So we sold freeze limit, straddle, freeze limit, strangle, then we bought 750, bought 250. Okay, so this is an iron fly. So we sold the straddle at 20,000 and then we bought some hedges. So people think that while I'm buying these hedges, I won't have to pay any loss. I won't be making any loss. But as you can see that below the break even of 19,830, we will be making losses, and the maximum loss will go down to minus 1,42,000 rupees. So if market remains sideways, we are going to make good profit. But if market drops down to below break even or even go above the break even, we are going to make losses. So we can surely see from this that if we remove these hedges, if we include these hedges, the margin required is 21 lakh rupees. And if we remove these hedges, most of the brokers will charge us all around 50 lakh rupees to do the same trade for option selling only. So Mr. PR Sundar is saying that, see, if you have 50 lakh rupees, you can do a one lot trade. Okay, this is the amount that broker is allowing you to do. Then you add the hedges, 17. Still you have added the hedges, but you should know that you are using the hedges, but the risk is same. The risk has dropped down, but the risk is okay, the risk has dropped down. So now what people do is, okay, I had 50 lakh rupees, I will use this hedging technique, and the margin required is low. Then they add more risk to their own strategy. How do they do that? They'll add one more freeze quantity limit. They'll increase the limit to 72. Okay, then they'll increase to 72 because they're going to increase their hedge. Okay, now as you can see, we are able to take double the quantity for even less price, so 42 lakh rupees. And but our minimum loss has increased to 2,85,000 rupees. And let's see what PR Sundar is going to say about this. Okay.
Suppose you are selling a strangle, that means you are selling one call option and put option. You are doing it without hedge. What happens? The margin money is about 1 lakh rupees. But same thing if you do with hedging, 200 to 300 point away, you buy the hedges. Then your margin money will come down to roughly about 30,000 to 32,000. And what will happen? You tend to do 2 or 3 lots instead of doing 1 lot. So what happens? You buy 300 point away hedges, you still have the risk of 300 point. But instead of 1 lot, if you are doing 3 lots, because the margin is less, so you tend to do more volume. So 3 into 3, you still have a 900 point.
Okay, see, he's saying the same thing. Before, our loss was restricted to only 1,42,000. Now the loss has increased to 40. Now the loss has increased to 2,85,300 rupees. So if we go to the our original position was 36 freeze limit. Okay, 36 freeze limit. Then removing this, original quantity was this. So if we had only sold the freeze limit quantity and never bought an hedge, or never increased the quantity to buy more hedges, or to increase the quantity of the whole trade, then we would have gotten the maximum loss of 2,85,000. We saw that maximum loss 2,85,000 at 19,600 in the downside, and 2,350 on the upside. See, 2,350 and 18 and 19,600 on the downside, we would have gotten the loss. And if we see what we got in our hedges, because we bought 72, we are going to get this maximum loss below 19,750 and above 2,250. So if market moves above or at least 2,250, we are going to incur a loss of 2,85,000 in the same trade that we were doing for just option selling. By option selling, no hedges and nothing. So hedging helps you only when you are restricting your margin to the money you already have. In this case, when you have increased your position sizing, because the broker is allowing you to do that, you are increasing your risk as well. Your maximum risk starts at 19,750. And before this, when you were doing just option selling with 36 lot, the freezing limit lot, you were incurring this loss 2,85,000 rupees after the Nifty has reached 19,600. So 150 point below this and 150 point above this. So we have to be aware that how hedges help you. So if you are using this kind of a hedge, you have 50 lakh rupees. If you want to be completely safe, if you have 50 lakh rupees, you can sell. When you are selling an iron fly, the broker cannot take money from your account if you are using your utmost capital with very sharp mind. And see, broker was allowing you for 50 lakh rupees by selling these options. Then you added these two hedges. Now the broker is allowing you at 21 lakh rupees. So no need to increase the number of lots, no need to increase the position sizing. Broker is allowing you 21 lakh rupees margin. Okay, extra margin will remain in your account, but you are using the hedges as a placement to make profit if the market goes below this point, below 19,750. Below 19,750, you are restricting your losses. So above 19,750, you will be making profits. Okay, what is happening right now? Okay, so let's see what Mr. Shreyas has to say about the same thing. Because see, the broker can square off your position, and when broker squares off your position, he is going to get whatever price he can get. He is going to see seek out any liquidity. So you are going to say, okay, my value at risk is 30%. We do not know where the broker is going to square off your position. We don't know if it is going to be 30%, 60%, or even 100%, or even if broker squares off your position at such a high mark that your sold options, you will go in debt to give your broker the rest of the amount. So we have to be aware what kind of restrictions are placed upon us, because when market goes down, we do not know, because the broker will immediately restrict himself to the estimated margin premium. So estimated margin premium, currently it was 21 lakh rupees. Because we have bought the hedge, we are under our budget. Our budget was for 50 lakh rupees. We are under our budget. Broker will be happy with us. Broker cannot square off our position even if he want to. So if, because as soon as market drops down 1% or 2%, the estimated margin requirement will shoot up to anything. The estimated margin requirement, currently it is showing, because markets are sideways, so currently the estimated margin requirement is showing 50 lakh rupees requirement. But these contract size, for one lot contract size is 10 lakh rupees. So for 36 contract size, I think we are using more than 3.5 crore rupees. So broker is allowing us to do this trade for 50 lakh rupees. But if we do not restrict ourselves to the amount we are using, broker can easily increase this margin requirement to 75 lakh, 60 lakh, 1 cr, or even 1.5 cr. So if we have sold this straddle, we buy hedge, we see the total amount we are selling, okay, 50 lakh rupees. So if we have 50 lakh rupees, we are going to do our hedging with this amount, and then we are going to buy the hedges so the maximum loss, if we are not able to do anything, and if the brokerage shut down, or if the market shuts down and we are going to incur a kind of a loss, we are going to incur a loss of 1,41,000 rupees in this trade. Nobody can take any more amount from us. So we can say that we have minimized our risk to, for 50 lakh rupees, we have minimized our risk to at least 2 to 3% only. Okay, this is the maximum risk. We do not know what will happen if brokerage shut down, if market shut down, if India got, okay, we cannot say that. Okay, but see, this is how you can help yourself. Let's see what Mr. Shreyas Bandi is saying. So this man, Mr. Shreyas Bandi, has just made my mind burst into some new ways, or in many new ways, that how we can, our first idea of being in a market is to protect our capital, and not to make money. We have to protect our capital first, then we will see what kind of money we are going to make. First idea is to protect my capital. Let's see what Mr. Shreyas Bandi is going to say about the same thing.
Okay. The fact is, let's all accept one thing, okay? Hedged trading or otherwise, even if you're hedged and all that, one thing that you have to accept very firmly is that nobody gives a damn about you. And as long as your money is with somebody else, anything can happen. Now, this could be from broker going bust to some event at the exchange, or like broker having a problem placing an order in your account that you did not even mean to place, showing you one order and having a different order in their back end. Tomorrow, at the end of the day, you're really not going to get any surety of resolution, regardless of whose mistake it is. So the way you have to look at it is, if your net worth is 10 crores, right? Don't put more than 1.5 crore in your trading account. It sounds very demotivating to a lot of people, saying that, then how can I grow so much and all? But beyond a certain scale, okay, maybe if you are earlier and you don't mind that risk appetite because you know that, okay, if I lose, let's say you're somebody who's in their 30s and they're like, if I lose 20-30 lakhs, then I have my age in front of me, I'll still be able to, I want to take a little more risk in life and try to make more money, that's fine. But once you scale up to a certain capital, you have to understand, especially if you're trading shorter time frames. Okay, I'm talking about if you're trading, not if you're trading across multiple larger time frames. If you're trading shorter time frames, please accept fully that a big chunk of your net worth that you've put there in your trading account will always be at risk. And tomorrow, if something goes wrong, you will say that I have hedge, I have this thing, whatever. Because when technical difficulties happen, anything can happen. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a perfectly hedged trade where your max loss value at risk is 30%, iron condor something.
So let's see what he's going to tell you about your maximum risk. People say, oh, my maximum risk is this, I can take any trade. So our idea of trading is that we do not want our broker to square off our trade. We would never allow our broker to square off our trade. How to escape this? We can escape this wonderfully if we have enough margin in our account. So even if the broker started increasing our margin requirement every hour 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, still he is not able to get to our margin of more than 100%, and we would not be over leveraged in our account so that his system could square off our position. We should never allow our broker to go to such extreme cases that he would be able to score away with our money and square off our position. So let's see what he's going to say.
Now, what happens is there is some.
He's going to tell you about something about iron condor. If you have an iron condor, you know that your maximum risk is this much and this much.
Panic event in the market. What does the broker do? Broker gets instant margin calls for many of his clients. What does a broker do when he started getting margin calls across? He starts squaring off client orders. Do you think he's going to square off your order spread by spread? He will square off whatever he can square off whenever he finds liquidity at whatever price. So you might have had it. So let's really zoom out once. Many people like, look, I have a hedged trade and 30% is my max loss. Do you think a broker will allow you to sit 30%? Because by then your margin requirement would have shot up like anything. Okay, he will instantly start squaring off. In that process, he squares off your hedge leg. What do you know how much damage can happen? You expected my value at risk is 30%. I can't do more than that. Don't be under that feeling. So the only solution to this, if you don't want to be scared, right? Don't put a large chunk of your net worth in your trading account, especially if you're someone who trades shorter time frames. Once you have scaled up a little bit, once you, like, for example, if you have a very small capital, it does not matter that much, because let us say some average working person, let's say they blow up 10 lakhs. Okay, what is 10 lakhs?
Okay, so the idea is that you have to know that the broker can square off your account, and if the push come to shove, that then the broker can square off your account, and we do not know that what is he going to square off. Is he going to square off my sell positions first, or is he going to square off my bought position first? So the bought hedges are squared off, then we are left with our sold hedges. What are you going to do? And in many cases, the brokers, we have seen that in many cases, or in the Twitter files, that most of the brokers were taking illegal trades in the client's account. And how is this possible? We do not know. We do not want to be in a position that broker had to take a trade in our account to safeguard himself or something like that. And because later on we can sue them, we can take a lawyer and build up court cases against them. Then our idea is to not get brought down by these kind of glitches in the matrix, in the so-called matrix, and protect ourselves from any kind of lawsuits or any kind of court cases that we have to win over to get our own money back. from the broker.
In today's age, if you work for a year, you learn what happened. Life is about everything. Once you have and plus maintenance cost, kuch nahi milne wala. I understand that it's not always about financial optimization for maximum return. It's also about once you have got like a fair chunk, don't be an idiot and risk it all in something where you don't have control. Because please understand,
So what he's talking about now is that it is not about financial optimization. It is about financial protection as well. You have to be optimized to a certain level, but you have to protect yourself at every leg as well. You do not know what is going to happen. So
nobody has control. Krish, someone will say, I have 1:1 hedge, I have 1:1.5 hedge, I will actually do whatever. You don't know. When a broker system is so overloaded, it's margin calling and it's squaring off every client. By the way, do you know, most people don't understand how margin call works. Forget like a 10% crash or something. If market falls by 3% and you're at a mark to market loss of 5-10% and the broker is getting multiple triggers of this, he's going to square off all your orders, man. You going, yeah. So where are you? This I have fixed var. You have fixed.
So Mr. Bandi is saying that there is not fixed value at risk. You cannot say that it is fixed var, fixed var, fixed var. Market crashed down to 5 to 10%, and the broker is heavily brokerage system is heavily, the RMS system, risk management system, is heavily bogged down by all the margin requirement, the margins going up. So he is going to square off your position at whatever price he can get. So there is no chance that you will be able to get away with any kind of money, if at all possible, if the market goes down 2 to 3, even 2 to 3%. He's not talking about the 10% fall or 20% fall. He's saying even in 2 to 3% it can happen. This thing can happen. So people are saying, okay, I have 1:1 risk, I can manage 1:1 risk. We do not know. We do, if we allow our broker to square off our position, if we allow our broker to handle our money, because if we are doing FNO trading, we should surely know that our broker is handling our money.
War, great. But now the broker started squaring off your account, your war has gone to shit. Right? So keep.
See, if broker started squaring off your account, your value at risk is going to go, what is saying shit. You do not know what kind of a liquidity you are going to get when your options are going to get squared off. So our main idea for this podcast was to tell you that we cannot accept anything from the broker. Okay, he is allowing us to trade with a good margin. He's giving us margin because we have bought some hedges, but we do not know what will happen to those hedges and what will happen to that strategy if the market goes down 2 to 3%. Forget about 10% road, 10% down market. In 2 to 3%, if we have seen all the spikes that happen in markets, the charts don't show these spikes, but somehow, because if you are in the live market, you know that there was a spike of more than 100 point, more than 200 point, even 1,000 point spikes we have seen in Bank Nifty options. So we do not know what kind of a thing we can expect from these brokers.
Keep all of these things in mind, and this is not some games, not some time pass. The number of people who come here and think that okay, it is all some game or whatever. Because finally, I'll tell you what. Okay, you take this from me, you'll see a lot of inspirationalization for maximum return. It's
Let's hear it again. I like this 1 minute.
also about once you have got like a fair chunk, don't be an idiot and risk it all in something where you don't have control. Because please understand, nobody has control. Krish, someone will say, I have 1:1 hedge, I have 1:1.5 hedge, I will actually do whatever. You don't know. When a broker system is so overloaded, it's margin calling and it's squaring off every client. By the way, do you know, most people don't understand how margin call works. forget like a 10% crash or something. If market falls by 3% and you're at a mark to market loss of 5-10%, and the broker is getting multiple triggers of this, he's going to square off all your orders, man. You going, yeah. So where are you? This I have fixed VAR. You have fixed VAR, great. But now the broker has started squaring off your account. Your VAR has gone to shit, right? So keep all of these things in mind. And this is not some games, not some time pass. The number of people who come here and think that okay, it is all some game or whatever. Because finally, I'll tell you what, okay, you take this from me, you'll see a lot of inspirational people on Twitter. Oh, this guy has made so much money, or YouTube, and some genuine people also I'm talking about. I'm not.
Okay. Now he's going to rant something about that. Okay, genuine people invest in real estate and everything else. They do not have a backing of only stock market. So that is it for now. Let's see what will happen. Say, okay, what is it? So we started our journey with this thing, with option strategy. If we are selling straddle, that this is 36 lot or 36 lot or 1800 quantity is the freeze limit of Nifty 50. So we saw that if we sell a straddle for 36 lot for Nifty 50, we are estimated margin premium that is required is 50 lakh rupees. So 50 lakh rupees is the estimated margin required. So we saw that if we total margin required is 50 lakh rupees, this 50 lakh rupees increases 1%, 2%, 5%, or even 10% more if the market falls 3%, or if there is a spike in the volatility. So this is the value at risk. This value at risk increases. So to protect this value at risk, we buy these hedges. And we have to note that we have bought these hedges, but still remember this thing. Even if you have bought these hedges, you are under the control of market only. So if the value at risk increases, see, estimated margin requirement is 21 lakh. So even if the value at risk, or if volatility goes up, the broker is going to increase the margin to 2%, 3%, 10%, 20%. So even if after 20% increase in the value, the estimated margin premium requirement will go to 25 lakh or even 30 lakh rupees. So we are still left with 20 lakh rupees in our brokerage account. He cannot square off our position. We do not have to allow our broker to square off our position. So whenever market is going through a high volatile situation, we have to be aware of this, what kind of positions we are holding. And see, people usually stick to maximum profit, maximum loss is this much. So we have to protect ourselves from broker squaring of our trades. So we have 50 lakh rupees. We know this trade is showing that margin requirement is 21 lakh rupees, but we should know while taking this trade that this trade is worth 50 lakh rupees itself. Even if margin is showing 21 lakh rupees, we should be aware that this trade is worth 50 lakh rupees. So if I add, where is it? If I add another lot to this, if I make it 72, then I add 72 in hedges. 36 into 2 is 72. So if I double this, the margin requirement is still going to show me that it is okay, it is only 41 lakh rupees. We are still left with 9 lakh rupees margin, but we are not left with 9 lakh rupees margin. At this point of time, you should know that you are taking a trade for more than 1 crore rupee margin. Hedges are protecting you, but if the broker started squaring off your position, you are dead in the water. So because if broker started squaring off your position, we do not know, okay, this is showing that 136 136.2 is in profit of 14, 136.2 is in profit, because 136.2 has got down to 122.4. This thing can, okay, when broker started squaring this position, we do not know, we might get this position bought back at 250, 350, 750. So we have to give this much amount to the broker. How are you going to give this much amount? So we should know how we can protect ourselves from any of these brokers squaring of our position. So you should know what kind of margin you are holding and what kind of trade you are taking, the total margin required for your trade. So that is it for now. See, I always take risk first. If what is my risk, I should know what is my risk. And I saw these two videos, then I made my mind, okay, I'm going to make a video on this, because this thing always makes me quite anxious that what if market goes down? What if a terrorist strike happens? Or what if something happens? What if nuclear war starts? What is going to be done with my trades? So this is all. Okay, that is it for now. Have a nice day. See you soon.